Good morning and welcome to Gulfstream today. Brian Nadeau, and we welcome back Samantha Perry on what is closing week of the Sunshine Meet. And that means there are 3 racing days left till Thanksgiving and opening day of the championship meet, which has been drawn already. The 8-race card next Thursday.
Yeah, little
Wow.
birdie said 11 races, but the little birdie was way wrong. We have 8. We end on a really nice stakes race. It's going to be a lot of fun getting into this championship meet here. Of course, we've got a very early post time. I believe
11:15.
11:15. Yep, finish a little before 3. So a fun day to get out here. But of course, we have to wrap up this weekend. Fun race tomorrow to see local knowledge return.
Yeah, that's exciting. Turf racing back on Thursday as well, and as she alluded to, the wait a while, right, which just came up with a pretty salty field of, I believe, 10. We'll talk about it throughout the weekend and hit on it in the lightning round a little bit. But yes, Samantha brings up a great point with Todd Pletcher, first-time starter that won literally by the length of the stretch at Keeneland on debut. You missed the Hall of Famer. He was right behind us here last week.
It's all right. We'll see him a lot for the next 4 months,
Absolutely. Looking forward to that. Yeah. Rainbow Six, $150,000 in the estimated jackpot. Ronnie has a ticket a little later on. You can see a very healthy carryover of $93,000. But we'll take a look at my early pick 5 today. On a fast main track, the weather is absolutely picture perfect, so come on out and say hi. We'll take a look at this early pick 5, $32 for me, 4 deep there. Race number 2, the top pick is the 5, Toast to the Stones. Race 3, my best bet of the day, El Alchemista. Tried last week, but he'll run today. Race number 4, the 3, Final Payment on top for Fernando Abreu. And we'll spread in race 5, my long shot with a very important scratch. Probably won't be anywhere close to 5-1, but it's the 7 Warda in a gangs all here kind of race on a trainer switch. So there you go, $32. But we'll start it here in the opener. State Bred Maiden Special Weight on the Tapeta at 1.70 miles for these 2-year-old fillies. A clean field of 7. We're on the same horse, the 7. Time for Peace, stretching out today, and trying Tapeta for that matter for Kent Sweezy.
Yeah, well, just because we've got a slew of Tapeta races this weekend just because we're off the grass. Right. And this gal here, not this time out of a Warfront dam, you're not going to want to sprint at all. The Slippers race, take note of that because Slippers is a serious gal for Mark Casse and DJ Staples. So I think that's going to be a strong race. This is just a filly that she just needs to stretch out. And if she can handle the Tapeta, why not?
Right. Slippers is in the wait a while, right?
I believe. I didn't really get into the field.
Okay,
but
I think she's in there
trying
2 turns and a couple 3 extra furlongs as well. So, yeah, I think Time for Peace, provided she handles the Tapeta, should be tough in here. The 2 is Sweet Ruby at what should be a very square price for Diane Marisi.
This barn has impressed me since coming back. This is a barn that didn't win while I was away, I don't believe, but was actually doing quite well the last few weeks. Blinkers go on. I'm not a huge fan of that there, but I just think that she's got to have something a little bit better. I think she'll be a little better here.
Blazing Bridget is the 5 for Kenny McPeak. She'll get 2 turns after just basically getting run off her feet behind Mythical and her romp in the Susan's Girl. Let's take a look at Super Landslide debut. Huge pedigree for Mark Casse, the Hall of Famer. The dam won the group grade 1 Natalma, albeit on the turf. This didn't blow me away any.
No, not me either. And maybe give her a little bit of credit just because the Yopons are quick. But you can see she really doesn't want any part of the dirt, and she doesn't really want any part of maybe going 5 furlongs. So I think it's a good sign we're going to stretch out to 2 turns here. I think the Mark Casse barn's going to start clicking over a little bit better now that the A team or A- team is here. I think the A+ team's all going to Oaklawn, unfortunately for us. But yeah, I think we'll watch one.
Yeah,
here.
I agree totally. I mean, she's by Tapit. There's a huge pedigree here.
Yes.
Like I said, the dam was very good. There. She was 0 for 2 on Tapeta. She was a turf horse, so just take note of that. And her other 3 foals.
I'm not good. The dam broke her maiden in the
Natalma.
Yeah, so I just that's interesting.
Yeah. So we'll see. We're debuting at 2 turns. We'll see what we get from her there. Early pick 4 kicks off in race number 2. We're at 5.5 furlongs in the 17.5 maiden claimer for the 2-year-old fillies. A big scratch down on the inside inside of the one Serenity Path. She was your morning line favorite, so she's out. I would assume now, both Samantha and I always did have the 5 on top. Toast to the Stones. I would think off the debut at Monmouth will be a pretty stiff favorite in here.
Yeah, and they bet her first time out, which
Absolutely.
was good. It was a short field that
Right.
day, and they love betting the Kelly Breen horses in Mr. Amore stables because they're local connections at
Yeah.
Monmouth. But, yeah, it just put a line through the last race. They still bet her the last time,
Right.
too. So if she has anything, this is not a tough field.
Not anymore,
Yeah.
especially, and this is a homebred for Rom Lombardi that, should set a good trip. As you said, stumbled and lost the rider last
Right.
time, so that's just an easy throw out. So the one race you really want to look at just kind of is way better than this field. Bella's Breeze should be a nice price underneath. I think I picked her last time. She was pretty disappointing to me, but
She gave you a thrill for
she
a little
gave
bit.
a thrill for a little bit before calling it a day.
Yeah. That was disappointing.
Yeah.
I agree completely. But, hey, maybe now, third time out, Kathleen O'Connell barn doesn't really rush them into
Right,
things. But
right.
I at least she has speed.
Yeah, Kathleen's overdue to get going
Yeah.
here a little bit. The barn's been slow. We're going to show you the Grenache video, but it's more Serenity Path. But she
Right.
does run third. But it's worth noting, too, Mia Nichols picked up another win the other day, and this was at 53-1. I don't know why or where it came from. This was a pretty good third. Maybe it was just Mia getting aboard. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. The 7-pound weight break definitely helps. A daughter of Guinevere, the half furlong, I think, was really maybe what was key there. But unfortunately, now we cut
Right.
back to the 5.5. So it was a good effort, though, and I thought that Mia Nichols did a good job.
Yeah.
Saving ground there. Nice little rail ride. The horse got brave.
Yeah, and Mia in general has done a good job.
Yeah.
She knows how to take advantage of her weight break
Yep.
here, and she actually put this horse into the race. She wired the other day for Ruben Sierra while you were gone, so it's good to see. And if I'll tell you what, if you take that race at face value, especially with Serenity Path out of this race, it puts her right in the
Right.
mix here if they can run it back.
Yeah.
Race number 3, we'll go $170 on the Tapeta here. It's an $8,000 2L, 3-year-olds and up. No scratches. Take note, the one Sponge Time will wear blinkers. Blinkers on the 1, and we're all over the place. I like that. The 7 Proud American for Mary Epler.
I like the race 2 starts
Sure.
back. The last time out, I don't know what.
Yeah, probably in too tough.
Yeah, probably. It's interesting, though, that the 12.5 to the 17.5 is such a huge jump because I feel like the 8 and the 12.5 are very similar a lot of the time. So it can go either way. I think if this horse gets brave and they put him in the race a little bit like Luca did 2 starts
Sure.
back, maybe you just hang on.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, there's no world beaters in here.
And there's not a lot of speed either.
Not a lot of speed. The morning line favorite is my best bet of the day. Is very tough to trust, admittedly,
Yes.
but it really looks like on paper this is what they wanted. They took the waiver on the
Yeah,
turf. Now
yeah.
17.5 on the turf to 8 on the
Ooh, that's
Tapeta. I
big,
mean,
yeah.
come on, that's absolutely huge. This source is now going to run second off the layoff, second time Barboza, first time Tapeta for Barboza.
Yeah, that's all very dangerous.
Yeah.
And you look at his past performances, he doesn't want any part of the grass,
No,
it seems like. in
not at
general.
all. Blinkers go on. Maybe that sharpens them a little
Yeah.
bit. We'll see. Okay, Kryptonym. Kryptonym last run and Will of a Warrior. It was 2 starts back for Kryptonym.
Yeah.
He couldn't see the 12.5 out, but it was 10.26. I kind of feel like he's the thing about this race is last run, is 1 for 37.
Yeah.
And he's running third. He was 2 lengths behind Kryptonym. How good is this race?
To be honest, I think like what you and I are both trying to do is stay away
Yes.
from this particular race because we see, like you kind of alluded to, we see these guys tangle every 2 races or so, and you really don't want either of them. You see Wrecking Ball was a huge favorite that day. Kryptonym, he runs well, but I never know what you're going to get with him
No.
sometimes, and Will of a Warrior does have a win, at least on the Tapeta, but it's still nothing that you want to you're enamored by.
No, and I think Wrecking Ball won because Kryptonym is 1 for 25 with
Right.
8 underneath
Yeah.
finishes. So we're just kind of saying maybe tread a
Wait,
little bit
yeah.
lightly with that race because nobody in there, 1 for 25, 1 for 19, 1 for 37. Those are your 2, 3, 4
Yeah.
finishers. And if nothing else, Il Alchemista 1 for 8 and Samantha's pick 1 for 7. They have still
Upside.
some upside. Exactly right. Let's take a break. When we come back, 6 races left. Rainbow Six, $150,000 in the estimated jackpot. Stay tuned.
And they're off. World Cup. It's all about Nick's go. City of Light keeps going every day. What a horse! They ran him off their feet in the Pegasus.
Back to Gulfstream today. Brian and Samantha with you as we have 3 racing days left here at the Sunshine Meet. Championship meet opens on Thursday, Thanksgiving, with an early 11:15 post. That 8-race card has been drawn already. We'll welcome turf racing back as well. We're off the turf only because we're taking a break on the turf. You look behind us. The weather,
Beautiful.
I know you've been bopping around. The weather has been absolutely picture perfect
Yeah.
here, and it looks that way this weekend as well. Rainbow, 150 in the estimated jackpot, so we're getting up there to a big number. Ronnie is warming up. He's got the ticket here. Let's take a look at it. I did not see this yet. 38.40. That's kind of a funky number for Ron.
It is, and you see a single in race number 6 of the 2 escapades. Wow, that's a bold one, a first-time starter
It
for
is,
Miguel Clement as we welcome him back to the entry box. He's had one starter already. Race number 7, El Guti. Do you trust him? Do you not? I don't know what to do with him here today. The 8 Garincha will be tough as well. Race number 8, a couple of scratches in the last 2, but super amazing. And be thankful in race 9 he's spreading. I don't disagree there. He's got Grace the Law, Fully Entitled, Pop Rocks, and Slew Diva.
Yeah.
So he's got that one locked up, I hope.
Yeah, I don't like race 9. It's difficult. It's
It is,
very tough
yeah.
to come up with something pretty concrete in there, and Rainbow players are going to probably like
Buy
that.
it,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. It's spread in there. Let's kick it off in race number 4. 7 furlongs on what is a fast main track. 12.5 maiden claimers here. 3-year-olds and up. No scratches, but again, blinkers go on here, and this time it's the 9, Oricano, D'Angelo, and Edgard, and actually that's where Samantha lands on what is the 9-5 morning line favorite.
Yeah, it's low-hanging fruit.
Oh, boy, you talk about a horse that is very tough to trust.
Yeah, tough to trust, but maybe he just didn't like the Churchill Downs slop. I feel like that's like you love it or you hate it kind
Okay.
of a thing. The Saratoga race was a good one, first time out. This isn't a barn that typically wins first time out, so if you just go off the second effort,
Right.
he should win.
He'll win for fun if he's,
That version.
what he was.
Yeah.
He was beaten 50 3/4 lengths last time at 7-2. So we'll see. You just got to hope it's a slop. He has worked 3 times since he got
Right.
here up at Palm Meadows. So that's a positive, as it is with Edgard.
Exactly.
Taking the ride. Now, the final payment has run 1 time. That's the 3 on the main track, and he caught Skellig Michael, and He's the Beast was good while you were away on vacation as well. So that race is just eons better.
Yep.
Now he was 15 lengths behind. But, I mean, I got to believe that now in for a tag on the main track, he's a big player.
And at least I think the 7 furlongs is a decent distance for him.
Yeah, he
too.
debuted at 7
Exactly,
furlongs,
which is
is
tough.
It's very, very tough. UFO, right? The
Yeah.
Peruvian.
Peruvian.
Peruvian. Thank you.
Yes.
1 time on the main track. It wasn't terrible for Kathleen.
Yeah, and he picked up pieces late, so
Yep.
that's good. I like the fact that we're going to at least get more ground here today.
Yeah.
Now, did he pick up tiring horses? Probably.
Yeah.
But the 2 turns on the Tapeta were not that great, and
No.
so I think at least a little bit more life on the dirt.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. And as I think you mentioned earlier, Kathleen's not a trainer that's going
Right.
to crank him too up. So he's got some foundation under him now. You want to kick off the late pick 5 with a good one. It's race
Yeah.
number 5. Starter optional claimer here, 5.5 on the Tapeta. These are fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. A big scratch because DeMar's Legacy is going to win the replay we're going to show you in a second.
Yep.
She's also a whole heck of a lot of speed as well. Let's take a look at Samantha's late pick 5, and then we'll get into a real fun one. I'm not surprising me at all that you're spreading in here.
Oh yeah, I didn't know what to do here, and even just lopping off 1 4th choice pick, that's typically the one that beats me in these Tapeta races. Race 6, this is a tough one because you can't see him beforehand. You'll see him before the pick 4, so that's a good sign here. I do have the 8 on top, Nadir Khan, a big price. Race 7, I'm singling the 7. That is sneak preview for Carlos David, race number 8. With the scratches, I felt like the last 2 races got pretty tough. I do have the 4 on top, Airdrie Hill, and in race number 9, the 7 on top for me, Pop Rocks.
All right, let's get back into it because it is very difficult in this spot. Let's see where you land.
I have with the Air to the Roar.
Yeah, okay, so we can
Yeah.
show the replay as well. Because what happens here, thank you guys. DeMar's Legacy, okay, wins the race, she's out. Her
Yep.
speed is out. Air to the Roar, first outing since March 21st. Vallesta's going to get necked out. Happy Ride is here. Warda, my pick, is here. Everybody's seemingly here.
Yeah, they are, and this was a really tough race. Anytime you see horses like Warda or Amori Control in the spot, you know that this is a strong race. And there's
Yep.
Vallesta here, who's kind of found a different running style in this race. But Air to the Roar, to her credit, she was off a
Yeah.
pretty lengthy layoff. She was on the bench, and I thought she ran well fresh. I think she'll be even sharper here today. How strong was this race? I know it was strong, but when they finish like
Yeah.
this, I know you're not a big fan of that
Well,
either. Yeah.
no.
But when they were all like that, what do you do?
Well, that's exactly
Yeah.
it. Again, my long shot is in here. I don't
Okay.
even know if you're going to get 5 on Warda anyway, because now she's off the claim for Amador Sanchez. That's almost 30%, although Jen Young and Powder Pop does such a good
They
job as well. She was in there. She's got big back races too.
She does.
It's a stab.
But you can take a stab because she's
agree.
one that when she gets in form and she gets rolling, she's really tough.
Absolutely.
But last time out, you saw her there.
Yeah.
It's not like Edgar Perez was kind of just wrapped up on her.
Right.
So it's not like they were asking her to do much late. And the Amati Racing Stables,
Yeah, back with Amador, too.
Yeah, which is that's great, and they have a lot of success.
Happy Ride is the 5. We showed you her. Your pick and Vallesta. Now, there's still a lot of speed in this race. Your pick and Vallesta, they get hurt a little bit with DeMar's Legacy coming
They do.
out.
Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
you wonder who's gonna take initiative
Yeah,
here.
it's 7-3-5-2 for me. The old man and me transposed the numbers. Vallesta at 6-1 on the morning line is the 2. I want the 2.
Oh, you did the no. Okay, yeah,
not
you
the
do that
fir-
often,
not-
but
not
that
the
would be
first
confusing.
time.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
How about our old pal St. Olaf Rose trying to get 5.5 on the Tapeta? I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Thank
about,
you guys. You
yeah,
guys are great. Thank you.
guys. Yeah, and honestly, I felt like this horse is just way better in the slop or the mud, and unfortunately, we're passing that season now. Well,
Yeah.
fortunately for us, but
She needs every inch of 6.5 and 7 furlongs.
yeah, she does.
And how's she getting up today?
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, she's a cool 4-year-old daughter of Golden Sense, but this is, to me, it's a little bit of a fade spot
Yeah.
for her today. Late pick 4 in race number 6. Maiden special weight, 5.5 on the Tapeta, 3-year-olds and up. The 1 is kind of late. If you missed that, it's a teamster. The 1 is a scratch. Take note, Miguel Vasquez will ride the 9, and that is Chiefs Pistol. You got the 8 on top here?
I do.
Wow. All right. 30-1 on Nadir Khan for Hermpara.
Well, I love the fact that they're going to keep him sprinting.
Okay.
They put Lasix on for the first time today. He showed life first time out, and what was a quick race. I'm not saying it was a great race,
Yep.
but it was quick enough, at least on the front end for me. No Nay Nevers, I really prefer sprinting than going 2 turns, so I love I love this post position. 2, we get a little bit of a weight break with Yolber Torres aboard, which is a good sign as well. I don't know, and it's not like I really like anybody else, so why not try something?
Yep, I mean, that's fair. This is a way tougher race than he
that
comes
one,
out of. But, there's no world beaters. Your morning line favorite's trying the Tapeta with no speed. The second choice on the morning line has never run before, so I get it. And here's thought control. I wasn't blown away by this work. But I like the freshening. I like the cutback, and we'll show you thought control in the morning. It's a solo drill. I wanted just to show something, out of this race.
And this horse was scratched a few weeks, like 2 weeks ago. And my big pick on him was from 2 to 3 years old. He hasn't grown up much at all. He hasn't gotten any bigger. And for a gun runner, it's not great. Now, there is one saving grace of this is because he didn't really grow up much, and he's a very, I'm going to be honest, a small gun runner.
Right.
The Tapeta should be right down his alley.
Yeah, and he showed high speed. I know it was March 29th, but that's also right bang in the thick of the end of the championship meet.
Yep.
That race, way better than this race. Couldn't find anything, which was a bummer on Escapades, the firster for Miguel Clement, who's taken over for his late father, Christoph, the great trainer and one of racing's great guys. So you're going to see Miguel now, and if you're not kind of familiar, the job he did in New York at won grade ones, he's gone out on his own and off to a phenomenal start. This horse has not missed any AM activity, that's for sure.
No, he hasn't. But do you is 5.5 really going to be his jam? And now we get the rail.
Yeah,
not ideal.
No, the Dam won the Celine, the grade 3 at Woodbine on Tapeta, but that's a 2-turn race. There's some decent pedigree, 10th full, 2 of 8, 1 on debut. He's a full and a half to a dirt long stakes winner, so I think we need more distance here.
I would totally agree.
Into Mischief out of a Rahi mare, so for sure. Hot lead, nowhere, on the Tapeta. I mean, he's got to be the horse to beat, but this is a tough ask for D'Angelo, Rapoli, and Zayas on the Tapeta.
On the Tapeta.
With no speed, apparently.
No, that's what worries me here. They were flying on the turf that day, but still, I don't know. I still think that the figure came back fast, and I think people are going to be all hot and bothered by that, but I still think that more ground is better.
Yeah, I mean, he does get an extra half furlong to work with. I don't think that's getting him to the winner's circle last time, though. So we'll see. Race number 7, late pick $3, late pick 3, $8,000 claimers here. 3-year-olds are 4 and up, which have never won 3 races. It's a field of 9. Samantha kind of alluded to it, a very sketchy morning line favorite in El Guti. So I don't blame her. I don't blame her at all going elsewhere with the 7, and that is Sneak Preview.
Sneak Preview, it will get to the main track for the first time for Carlos David, and he reached in himself for this horse last time out, which I think is pretty significant. Now, the races as of late have not been all that great, but the last time he was in for just a straight tag or a lower tag, it was a win. I know that was on the Tapeta, but I don't mind his dirt races at all. Fort Sam, if you look back, that horse came back to win at Churchill, I think, next out for Dave Fox. So I think that the dirt form is okay.
Well, that's the funny thing. He's 0 for 4. He's only hit the board once on the dirt, but the last 2 races you see, they would probably win this race. So what's left? The last 2 races were not very good. So we'll see. He gets some about face here trying the main track. I'm just going to hope the class drop for El Guti is huge. Back him up is an 8-5 morning line favorite on Sunday for DeBona. He absolutely freaked off the claim. I mean, this is 8 now. We're coming from a quarter.
Yeah, that's great. I know he does have a win on the main track and that on the fast main track, I should say. But I thought that the slop really did help him last time. Would it surprise me if he won today? No, but I'm just gonna try to maybe go against him on what I feel like might be a little bit better on an off track.
Yeah, it's quite possible. I mean, his fast track win was against 25 maiden claimers, so that's not gonna, that's no great shakes. Bullet Blues is gonna try to get an about face. I'll tell you what, I don't know why he was no good last time, but the race off the claim 2 starts back at 7 furlongs was pretty darn good. This is a flat 1-turn mile today.
Yeah, maybe he just paid the price for those
Yeah.
two big first and second place finishes. Even the race before he was claimed he was a really good
Yeah,
second.
and
So
he's
maybe just stubbed his toe a little bit.
going to have some value as well.
Yeah.
Race number 8 kicks off the late double. We're 5.5 on the Tapeta. It's a state-bred optional claimer for the fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and out. Scratch the 2 inside horses. The 1 Foggy Note and the 2 Baby Blocks are out. Samantha's got the 4. This is a good Airdrie Hill. Wouldn't shock me at all if she's favored. They can't bet enough on these Brian Lynch horses. So just as we kind of get going here, and Brian's going to start running a slew of horses.
Right.
Obviously, he's white hot, by the way, at Churchill Downs.
I
Hasn't
know,
been the case
yeah,
so
but not
far.
here, which is interesting because he starts
Yeah.
off so hot.
Always
here,
does.
typically.
That's the other
That's
thing.
weird.
This horse very easily could be favored. As I said, they can't bet enough on Brian's horses, so you better be right when you pick them because you're going to get underlaid prices. This is a morning workout that we're going to show because Airdrie Hill hasn't been out since June 23rd of 24. Look at who she
Yes.
is working with.
Yeah.
I think that's significant. Silent Heart is a
Stakes winner.
multiple stakes
Oh,
winner on
yep.
the turf.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the way that they were breezing is Silent Heart really started off a lot further behind. They were going much quicker the first half of the work
Right.
than the latter half. As you can see, Airdrie Hill on the inside is just kind of on cruise control. But yeah, Silent Heart, A+ for company kept
Yeah.
there. And the Jack Sisterson barn is a very competitive barn, is a strong barn, but winning first time out is typically not his thing. So
Right.
the fact that this horse won first time out and then obviously went to the bench
Yeah.
for a while, now Brian gets the horse. She's got some, I think, a freshness. Like
Mm-hmm.
she likes to run fresh, and at least she doesn't know how to lose yet.
Right. Trying to PETA. The layoff's a year and a half.
Yep.
We're trying winners. I got 3 published works since September 6th. That bugs
Not
me a
ideal.
little bit, too.
Yeah, not ideal.
I'm going to... Speaking of not being able to bet enough, that's why Be Thankful's your morning line favorite. Well, the other reasons I mentioned, 40 cents on the dollar, 50 cents on
Yep.
the dollar, even money. They can't bet enough on her. The Greenfield Cougar race was good.
It
so
was.
I'm not going to give her an excuse for running a distant third at 2-5. It was a good race.
It was. Greenfield Cougar came back to win on the grass.
Why? I don't
I
know.
know.
Why she
I
was
can't-
5-2, I don't know either.
I
but
can't
yeah.
figure that. Everybody knew except us, apparently. I wish people would tell us so we could make some money
Yes.
as well. But whatever. We'll try anyway. But it seemingly just has such an affinity for this Tapeta course here. She
Yeah.
doesn't travel well, but she gets the job done. That's what I put on my notes on
Right.
her 2 starts back. I guess you don't have to be a pretty mover to win. If you win, you win.
Yeah, and other than Airdrie Hill, who we have no idea anything about, the race 2 back, 25 starter open, obviously, that's a pretty salty win,
is.
and she did it for fun, too. And she draws well, and she's got the speed. It's Edgar, it's D'Angelo. So we'll see. It's kind of a race within the race who they want to bet more on.
Yeah.
Super amusing. Ronnie picked up a spat on Trombo, Mike Trombetta. This is a horse that hasn't run very fast on Tapeta. Trombo cut her back on the turf at Laurel. She ran huge.
Isn't it funny how sometimes these horses you think, okay, well, they're not winning. They're winning, but they're just, you think there's more. Let's stretch them
Right.
out. Looks like they can go further. Stretch them out. And then it's just like you go back to basics.
Yeah.
Boom. Let's go back to the 6 furlongs. And I think that the 5.5 is just not enough real
Yeah.
estate.
I mean, she's by a English Channel, Breeders' Cup turf winner, obviously at 1.5 miles, out of a Kitten's Joy mare. And by far the fastest race in her life was just 6 furlongs at
Yeah.
Laurel. So Sammy Camacho's got his work cut out for him
Yep.
because of what Samantha just said. You better be close
Oh, you have to.
early or you're not going to loop this field, especially 2 pretty what we think are heavy hitters in
Mm-hmm.
Airdrie Hill, who the sky could be the limit. And then, of course, Be Thankful with a big recency edge. There's some speed in here. That is
Yeah.
for sure, though. Race number 9. We wrap it up. 5.5 on a fast main track here. $8,000 claimers. 3-year-old fillies are 4 and up, which have never won 3. Scratch out the 4 Carrots Forever as the 6 La Tremenda. Those 2 are out of this race. You are on the 7. You always make fun of me for picking Pop Rocks. You're going to try her
I
today.
know. But getting back to a fast track,
I guess.
I don't know. Maybe.
We hope.
Yeah, we hope. The Mike Dubb barn is sending horses to Jose D'Angelo,
Yep.
which is very dangerous because these are connections that do not mind to lose one. That's why they win so
Yep.
many races. There's a horse on Sunday. It's like plunging from maiden special weights to maiden 12s for Mike Dubb. So take note of that as Jose D'Angelo, now Breeders' Cup winning trainer, is really starting to take off with these big name owners. She's going to have her work cut out for her because I think that 5.5 is maybe just a little too sharp. But on the dirt, I think she could squeak away with it more so than the Tapeta.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. When the pink and yellow go on, you better watch out. She's your morning line favorite. I promise you, the 8 Slew Diva, if she runs back to her race, which will show you last time, is the horse to beat. Where it came from, well, I don't know, but it was also her first main track, fast track run in forever.
Yep.
She runs huge. The horses that are chasing her, as she's freewheeling on the lead here, the horses that were second and third chasing her, they ended up last and second to last. So she completely bottomed out the field. Brenna is not in your picture right now. She comes from 9th. The horse that was third comes from 8th. So this is a meltdown race, and Slew Diva is the only horse that was part of the finish. She's actually going to swat Spicy Guacamole, who looks like she's going by for fun, at 2-1. This was a Herculean effort for Steve Badu. I don't know if she can get back to it. Big time effort here. Here's Brenna.
I didn't if we were playing Jeopardy, I would never guess an $8,000 claimer would have a Herculean.
Well, this was it.
Was it? How about that? Yeah, she was awesome. She didn't switch leads till very late. The Steve Badu barn, 0 for 14 right now. Not great, but great post position here, and the cutback, like you said, if that was 5.5, she would have won for fun.
Yeah, well, she's going. She's controlling today, especially with Yolber Torres, because Go Amy is not fast enough to run with her. Not on a fast main track. Blinkers off the 1. Grace the Lost scratched last week on a Tapeta, in a Tapeta race to run here. She's a huge dropper.
Yeah.
I don't know what's left for her. Dirt races were not great, but they were against a lot better. When I say huge dropper, on the dirt.
Yeah, and the blinkers go off today. She's had them on in every single start, and I love when horses get blinkers off and they do so happen to draw the rail, too. It's just, I think that's sharp here.
No, she's going to need some help up front
she will,
as well. So I think it's Slew Diva to catch. We'll see what Pop Rocks has off the claim for D'Angelo. Good 9-race card. Rainbow, $150,000 in the estimated jackpot. Standings.
Oh.
In the lightning round to kick it off, and this will be the last time we do it. Well, actually, it's going to be the last time we do it for the Sunshine Meet. It'll also be the last time we do it on a Friday for the foreseeable future.
Yikes.
Hey, this is fun. Edgard is going to have to work for this with 3 racing days left. Miguel Vasquez, a former champion here.
Yep. It will be fun, and both of these jocks are pretty loaded the next couple days, as well as Misael. Hey, Misael could sneak up for second. He has a couple good days.
Not impossible.
Or to win. Lionel, of course, we hope he's healing up well.
Yeah,
unfortunately, yep. But yeah, very competitive leaderboard right now.
3 wins shy for Lionel Reyes before he got hurt there. We wish him a speedy recovery. Trainer standings, let's see what's going on here. All right, that's not insurmountable either for Jose D'Angelo, but Safi's got 4 on him now.
Yep, he does, and they're both loaded this weekend as well. It will be a battle to the finish for sure.
Yeah, and that's not going to change next Thursday either, I promise you that. These 2 guys now, obviously Safi, but Jose's got the ammunition to be a contender all throughout the championship meet. Hit it and split it is tomorrow. That's a cool promo. $5,000 on the line for the late pick 5 and late pick 4. Hit that, and you'll eligible to split or sweep it for $2,500 each.
Yeah, so just download the First Bet app. However you're betting, you should be betting with First Bet app, and because that's free money in the pot that you're just getting extra.
Can't ask for anything more than that, right? So there you go.
Well, now you just have to hit it.
Yeah, so that's tomorrow, right? Well, minor details.
Yeah.
That's tomorrow, and we'll remind you again tomorrow. We'll remind you a couple times today. Hey, it's go time. We drew the championship meet opening day card yesterday. 8 races and an early post on Thanksgiving. It ends with the wait a while. We'll kind of visit that tomorrow, but 11:15. We'll be here early.
11:15. I think I'm just going to spend the night
Yeah, it
here.
might not be the worst idea
Wednesday night, yeah.
I've ever heard. So that means we'll be on at 10:15. Turf racing returns as we freshened up the course out there, and the crew do such a good job. Can't wait to get that back. So it's here. The first card is drawn. It was very, very strong. Entries were very, very healthy. We're already seeing, I know you've been on vacation, but the names have been
All
here.
right.
You know?
Yep. They have been. Yeah, and they'll continue to pour in as well when they shut down the grass up at Belmont at Aqueduct Meet. That we'll get a lot more here. It'll be a very fun winter. I feel like maybe it's just getting older that Ron could probably tell me more about this, but it just flies. Like the time between championship meets now is just starting to pick up. Ron must close his eyes, and it's like 2027 or something.
We'll ask him about that
Yeah.
when he gets out here for race number 1. Who's your best bet today?
I think it's Araucano. Araucano?
Okay.
I know. It's
There you go.
low-hanging fruit.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, who knows what he's got left.
Yeah.
And there is another horse in there that's supposed to take money. I'm in a similar scenario, to be honest with you, because we don't know if Alchemista's got
That's
anything
true.
left in the tank either, second off the layoff for Barboza. How about a long shot for you?
I hope it's Nadir Han. Is that
I
who
hope it is, too. No, it's not.
Proud American.
All
well,
right.
okay. Yeah.
Well, it's funny, I'm not saying your horse who's 30-1 in the other race doesn't have a chance, but I've done this too. More realistically, Proud American has a better
Fair.
chance of
Very
winning.
fair.
So there you go, at 10-1. I'm not going to be a long shot. Who knows if I would have been anyway. Warda at 5-1
Oh, yeah.
with a big scratch in that race. So we'll just see, but I'm hoping for a form reversal for her off the Amador Sanchez claim. So that's it. We got 3 days left, too, of Liam Molinaro, who's done a great job as Pete takes his annual vacation. But if you're wondering, I promise you he will be back next Thursday. And I also promise you that Ron Nicoletti will be back here for the opener in about 15, 14 minutes or so. Liam's upstairs with your scratches and changes.